obviously you're a quarterback, and now you start out as a defensive back and quickly moved to linebacker. What did playing quarterback? How did that help you when it came to transitioning to playing linebacker and defense at the college level?
Yeah. So what I tell people is, like, obviously we only got so complicated in our offensive scheme at Mount Olive, for quarterback, simple zone reads, one high, two high safeties, and then you kind of know what coverage you're getting or what matchups you like, what routes you like versus man. Um, but from the flip side of that, as a linebacker, when we were dropping in zone coverage and I got a certain route, in front of me, like, I'm knowing that, oh, the quarterback's probably wanting me to take that drag up there so he can hit the dig behind me, so like little things like that in zone coverage that gave me an advantage. I understood, route concepts, what the quarterback's trying to do, what their offense is trying to attack. Little things like that, especially in, like, in the college level, you get to RPO world, so much more than high school. So I understood what he was reading. But, in another world, like, oh, I know that, when the quarterbacks get pressure in his face, he's going to be, hesitant to let go of the ball sometimes or stuff like that. So it gave me an advantage in just like understanding what the quarterback's thinking, what, passing concepts they could be trying to do versus our particular style of defense. Like, we were a quarters team, so I know what kind of route concepts are going to be able to beat that. So it was pretty much in the zone passing games where I got my advantage.
Um, it's really really interesting that you see, and you probably have seen this being a quarterback, but you were very humble because you played multiple sports. And but I see today so many quarterbacks that, like, they're so locked in, like, I have to play quarterback in college, and that's the only, and they missed the boat because the skill sets of quarterback lends you to play any position basically on defense other than interior defensive line.
Yeah, right.
Other than D tackle, those are big, huge boys. But you could play tight end, you could play wide receiver. Some guys who are shorter quarterbacks, running quarterbacks, can play running back at the college level.
Mhm.
But I see so many of these guys because of, like, the 7-on-7 circuit. They're all locked in. Like, if I don't play quarterback at college, like, what do I do?
No.
Like,
Yeah.
what advice would you give quarterbacks as they're going through this whole entire process?
I would probably just say stay open minded. I mean, if you really love football and if you really want to play, you got to realize that in college football, there's only one quarterback that plays on the field. And, a very, select few times you'll get a two quarterback system, but even then the reps are very limited. So if you want to play as much as possible and if you want to really utilize all of your athleticism, then you got to be open minded to play other positions. And that's going to ultimately get you on the field faster.